men get their crack now at the 400 IM final first. There's the field of 8 swimmers. Michael Meyer in lane 3 would be the oldest swimmer in the field at 24, and we have an 18-year-old named France Sami Helmbacher. Swims at the University of Pittsburgh. He is in lane 7. This championship really being highlighted by collegiate swimmers, and it's an interesting time. We're talking to Rowdy, you seemingly know every college coach here, but it's an interesting time of the year because most colleges' students are preparing for finals at some point, whether it's this coming week or a week from now. It's always a tough time for athletes in any sport that competes in the fall.
I've been talking to a lot of the coaches on the deck, and they've said that they kind of walk this fine line between, keeping pounding these kids and getting ready for the collegiate bulk of the season starting in January and the NCAA championships in March, or do they let up a little bit and have them swim fast here? Most of them will end up taking finals next week or the week after, so it's a tricky time of the season, but it's also a time of the season that we talked about earlier to me, the fact that you really need to get those qualifying times for the NCAA championships, which are so difficult to do at this level. They only take a handful of kids to the NCAAs, and the time standards now are just out of this world.
And of course, as we referenced at the outset, there is no off-season in swimming, and there's a short course world championship coming up next week in Ontario. So it's a pretty hard ask, especially for college swimmers with finals. It'd be a very hard ask to ask somebody to swim both of these events.
Yeah, well, we were talking to Ray Lewis earlier. He said that the kids do have finals the week after the World Championships, and it's going to be difficult for some of those kids like Lily King and Blake Peroni, who are still in school, to be able to go to the World and kind of maintain those studies.
All right, so 200 yards in, or excuse me, 150 yards in, rather. It is Michael Meyer. He is from South Africa, University of North Carolina. He's got the lead. He was 5th in the 200 IM.
His best time in this field anyway, 3:41. Is about 5 seconds faster than the next closest swimmer. This time 3:41. Chase Kalish, you might have mentioned at the top, is the American record holder and fastest swimmer in history in this event. Also the Olympic silver medalist from Rio, that first day of the Olympic Games. The United States started off with 3 solid silver medals that first day of the Olympic Games, and then from then on, they were just relentless, and that was a great swim for Chase Kalish, just missing winning the gold medal. He was only 7/10 of a second behind Kosuke Higino.
Well, Rowdy, you always say the breaststroke seems to separate a lot. Michael Meyer has held on to the lead. Taylor Delp was in second, but Henry Campbell in lane 4, another North Carolina swimmer's had a real good breaststroke run here. He's jumped up into second.
And that's where the separation usually happens. We just saw that with Ziegler in the women's 400 IM, and now here the men, you start to have some separation as well. And again, I always said if you can just attack that backstroke, then the breaststroke kind of takes care of itself, because you're swimming and using completely different muscles in the backstroke than you do the breaststroke. And most swimmers are very timid on that backstroke heading in the breaststroke, and that can hurt them sometimes.
Michael Meyer with a pretty healthy lead here. Campbell's second, and the third is a tight fight. Now Zachary Learley with Pittsburgh and Sami Helmbacher, the 18-year-old from France. Now the last 50 coming up. Campbell's narrowed that lead a bit. Still over a second. Now the new name you see there, Scott Piper, 19-year-old in lane 5. So a lot of shuffling around behind the front two. But this is going to be Michael Meyer coming in. He's taking this one wire to wire. He's going to wind up with a pretty good time, 45.95, which is not, of course, not his personal best. But that's just about an 8-second, that is over 8 seconds actually than his prelim this morning. And again, even that time, the time he just swam, that is still faster than anyone else in this field's personal best.
and faster than anybody went in the A final, in the preliminaries. The fastest time in the A final was 3:48, so he just didn't get the job done in the prelims. And both of those swims by Meyer and Campbell would have been first and second had they done that in the prelims to get to the A final, and both will not count as far as just being in the B final.
So there you go. That was actually a personal best for the third place finisher, 19-year-old Scott Piper. All right, 8 more will go at this 400 IM, the men's A finals coming up.